Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to week 13 of Building Kashyyyk in Lego. And guys, I am so excited to finally be back working on the mock. Now I took a couple weeks break mainly because first of all I went to Brick World Chicago and that was such an amazing experience. I got to meet so many of you guys there as well as a lot of fellow other creators on like YouTube or Instagram, and hung out with a lot of the guys on Empire Lug. I had such a great time hanging out with a bunch of the guys there, that being Firebird Bricks, Michigan Bricks, got Star Wars Fan Room, and Lego Gavin Productions, and much more guys that I met there. Met Rich Boy J, Solidbrick Studios. It was such a great time and I got truly inspired to really create some really awesome mocks. I saw a lot of cool techniques and things and strategies that I can implement into my own mocks, which I'm really excited about. So that kind of took part of my big break here, as well as I started a new job, really big important stuff there. So I kind of took time a little bit away from Kashyyyk, but we're back with this week. And this week we're gonna be working on the entire forest area, gonna be completing all the foliage and starting more of the Wookiee huts. Totally completed that for next week when we actually start to complete the entire tree. That'll be our main focus from now on, because the entire terrain on the bottom will be finished. Guys, I am so excited to finish up this series and start the next one, because I have a really cool idea of how I'm gonna be doing my next mock build series. It's gonna be something you've never seen before done, kind of a different take on the mock build series, but we'll get to more of that in the future. Remember to like and subscribe. Let's get into it.
So to start off this week of Building Kashyyyk, I kind of wanted to give y'all a look at the tree that will be our main focus from now on after we finish the forest this week. Now, this has been a labor of love for sure. A lot of brown slopes and everything has been going into this, as well as you see we'll have the Wookiee platforms, which will be the main focus. I actually need to get those on the next level there. We have Wookiee platforms all across that next high point of the tree, and then we continue to building it up. We're shaping it where it kind of curves out to the edge. But here we are, the forest, that's going to be our main focus for this week, and we're kind of giving this back section some life. So that's my main mission I'm going to have for this week. This is going to be a little shorter episode, just to give you all a warning, because I didn't have too much time to work on this, but I think this is very effective nonetheless to kind of finish up the forest area that we've been working on for the past little bit now, which I'm really excited to get to. And we, of course, we have the Wookiee huts we need to finish, so let's get into it right now. Beginning the process of building this new foliage area for the rest of the mock, we have to look back at the original one that we did. Now those are much higher kind of grass, I guess plant areas that are really high and that are based off of the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 or the 2017 Battlefront 2. And I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different for the rest of the forest. I kind of wanted to make it not as high, but a lot more dense and more variety of pieces. Now, as you can see here, I'm putting a lot of the regular kind of flower or these leaf pieces that are going to be kind of the base layer for the mock, as well as adding smaller patches around the Wookiee huts that kind of give it a little break in the forest where it's not all the way approaching up, but I'm going to add little pathways throughout the Wookiee huts as well. And then with foliage, I'm adding a bunch of like all different kind of leaf pieces that I have, different elements, kind of giving it as dense as I possibly can, because that's a really important part with the forest or any kind of like foliage areas, adding it all bunch of variety to make it look as natural as possible. I'm also adding a little bit of trees and stuff like that, since you do see smaller trees on Kashyyyk, and then filling up the rest of the little smaller patches with detail as much as I can, trying to give it some life and looking like it's just based off of the forest of Kashyyyk. Now, I also started working a little bit more on the Wookiee huts, but to be honest, this is going to be a shorter episode. Didn't get a lot of time to work on it this week, but I did fix a little bit of it, but let's get into the rest of it.
So here's everything I've completed this week. We have the Wookiee huts almost done. I still need to get a few extra pieces just to finish off the actual rooftops and make the actual side panels for the remaining little bit of the Wookiee huts, which I am liking how this is going to turn out. And then next week, we're going to be working a ton on the tree, because that's the last thing we have to do is work on the main tree. But I'm really happy with all the foliage and the dense forest areas we've added this week for Kashyyyk. It's definitely added a lot to Kashyyyk, as it just is not just a plain flat battleground of just the beach, but we have like some actual foliage, some trees, all sorts of stuff for Kashyyyk, and it's looking really, really awesome. And with that, we're almost entirely done with the battlefield. We actually do need to work a little bit more in the ocean. And actually shout out to my cousin Hudson. He's done a ton of work on like the monotonous water detail right here. He's done a great job kind of finishing up a lot of the water. So we have to finish with the water, finish up the tree, and Kashyyyk is entirely completed. So this has been such an amazing journey, and I cannot wait to keep working on more large-scale mocks in the future. And with my next mock, it's gonna be a lot differently. I'm gonna do the mock build series a lot different than anything you've seen on YouTube, so I'm really excited about that. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Building Kashyyyk in Lego, and I'll see y'all next time.